What up, everybody? Esoteric Eddie here. Namaste. Welcome to a new segment of my channel. This is the news segment where I'm going to just be bringing you some news from around the world on either the esoteric, occult, or conspiratorial. And so it's a laid back segment. You'll just be here hanging out with me. Nothing too serious. Not my robotic monotone voice that some of you completely abhor, but just my chill, kickback energy. Anyways, so hope you enjoy it. Today, we're going to just briefly be going over the government's recent Senate hearing on UAPs and see what they got to say. So let's get into it. It's going to be a pretty short broadcast. All right, here we go. So I hope everybody's doing lovely out there. All right, so so it turns out that the U.S. government recently had a meeting having to do with UAPs, the U.S. Department of Defense, and I didn't know this, but apparently back in July of 2022, the Defense Department put together a department specifically to analyze UAPs known as AARO or AARO, which stands for All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. And they were put together to identify and I guess examine, UFOs, and decide whether or not they pose a threat to our security. And they put this guy, Sean M Kirkpatrick, as the director of AARO last year. And he's a pretty interesting dude. So this is him right here. And pretty serious looking guy, Dr. Kirkpatrick. Literally Kirk, Commander Kirk. And I pulled up a little bit about him, and he's got an interesting life. I might have to do a deeper dive on this guy, but let's see. So he was born in Columbus to an army family, grew up in Atlanta. He's a academician with all kinds of degrees and whatnot, and he studied in nonlinear and non-equilibrium phonon dynamics of rare earth doped fluoride crystals. I mean, this guy is a real Star Trekian if I ever seen one. You know what I mean? Like, how do you even explain that? Yeah, I study nonlinear and non-equilibrium phonon dynamics of rare earth doped fluoride crystals. Oh, word, I'm just a plumber, so maybe I should listen to you about UFOs. I don't know. But fluoride crystals, that's weird, man. He probably was, I don't know, part of some covert stuff with that. Anyway, so he began his career in defense and intelligence immediately out of graduate school. So they must have picked this guy out from the crowd back in 1995. And it goes on and on and on. He's got all kinds of academician credentials. But one thing that was interesting is that he was recruited by the Air Force Research Laboratory to build an ultra fast laser physics lab to investigate nonlinear optics. So yeah, this dude's smart. I might have to do a deeper dive on him. But anyways, Dr. Kirkpatrick, he is the head of the recently founded All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, AARO, put together by the U.S. Department of Defense to study and examine UFOs, UAPs. And so the Senate committee of our government held a meeting with AARO recently, a couple weeks ago in April of 2023, to kind of just go over what the current information is. And so, pulling from thedebrief.org in an article titled, "Here are the major takeaways you missed from the recent Senate hearing on unidentified aerial phenomenon" by Tim McMillan, we learned a lot. Oh, yeah. Well, kind of, sort of. We learned a lot of random things, but the most important thing is that Dr. Kirkpatrick said in front of the Senate that, and I quote, where is the quote here? Basically, that the UFOs that we have been witnessing are inconclusive as far as if they are extraterrestrial or not. So during this meeting, here Dr. Kirkpatrick said, I should also state clearly for the record that in our research, AARO has found no credible evidence thus far of extraterrestrial activity, off world technology, or objects that defy the known laws of physics. Um, I don't know. That seems kind of like a cop out. No evidence of objects that defy the known laws of physics. Well, yeah, the known laws of physics now, because now we know that Einsteinian physics doesn't hold up. You know what I mean? I mean, the stuff that we're seeing definitely defies the laws of Einsteinian physics, but not the quantum physics that we know exists now. So it's kind of a cop out, I think, because what these objects that we're seeing definitely exhibit some crazy technology that we are apparently not able to recreate. So there's been a huge uproar in the online community as far as the comments that Dr. Kirkpatrick said. People are thinking that he was kind of like taking a jab at UFO researchers and calling us nutcases or whatever. But what's interesting about this article and the Senate hearing is a graph that was put together by Dr. Kirkpatrick here. This is the UAP reporting trends graph with information going back to 1996 up to 2023. And what it shows is just kind of all different types of data on the general UFOs we've been witnessing. For example, the morphology of most of them is either round, white, silver, or translucent. They're usually seen about 10 to 30,000 feet in the air, and they're usually moving either stationary or up to Mach 2. No thermal exhaust detected, just all this stuff. So that's a pretty cool graph. But what's also interesting about this report and the Senate hearing is what was brought up towards the end of this report. And that is the term UAP has apparently been around um, even since like the days of Obama. Where is it here? So it says here, ironically, while speaking with Kimmel in March of 2016, Hillary Clinton, was already clued in on the newly accepted parlance for sightings historically referred to as unidentified flying objects. So the term UAP has been used by even UK's Ministry of Defense since the 90s. Yeah, so obviously this is a part of a larger and much more historical operation, and it's like, what is it all gearing towards? What is this AARO organization really doing? And who is this Dr. Kirkpatrick guy? And how come the Clintons have known about the term UAP way before any of us? And why are they saying that it's not extraterrestrial, not off world, and doesn't defy the laws of physics when we know that at least one of those is false? Because these things have been defying the laws of physics. And actually, apologize, there's a video here that Dr. Kirkpatrick brought up to the Senate here. So this is a video he brought into the Senate hearing. So Dr. Kirkpatrick shared a video depicting an unidentified object with an apparent atmospheric wake or cavitation trailing it as it moves, whatever. So he captured this, or somebody captured it in South Asia. So this was, it says, unclassified footage from January 2023. Let's check it out. Whoa. That thing is definitely defying the laws of physics, my man. Let's watch that again. Check this out. So this looks super old, but this video is actually from, I think, this year or last year. It's just the type of camera or whatever that's capturing the footage. Look, this is like what, an airplane or something, and this thing just cruises by it like it's all good. Nah, homie, that thing is defying the laws of gravity. Okay, so anyways, yeah, that is The news for today, I'm going to try and do these at least once a week, maybe drop something every Sunday. But the thing about news is you really don't know what's going to happen. So sometimes there's breaking news or whatever, but I'll try to keep this regular. And also, thank you to everybody who's been rocking with me and enjoying my documentaries. Um, and I know it's silly, but like just bear with me with the whole voice thing that I do. Trying to change that up. I like to just kind of be more monotone and universal, so that it's like kind of like less about me and more about the information. But anyways, hope you're all doing good. Peace. Namaste.